What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the 2020 Senate election in Maine, and basically why Susan Collins is on the path to defeat against her Democratic challenger, Sara Gideon. So, before we get into this video, I want to thank Eureka's for sponsoring this video. Go over to eureka.biz and help out my channel by getting the help that you need to get your big idea started. So also, if you would like to donate to my channel, I have a Patreon link in the description. I'm gonna update the Discord link after I post this video, and comment down what you thought of this video, and just comment other stuff, suggestions for future videos, and yeah, also be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. So yeah. Now let's talk about this race. So Susan Collins, in 2014, she defeated Shanna Bellows, her Democratic opponent, by a whopping margin of, I think, 30 points. Yeah, she won by 35 points. But do remember that back then, Susan Collins, okay, that back then Susan Collins was the most popular senator in the U.S. Okay, if you want to find Susan Collins. And even in 2017, she had a plus 40 net approval. But that has changed dramatically. Just look at how unpopular she has become now, and is polling horribly with Democrats, horribly with independents. And remember, these independents, they got her over the top in 2014, because Maine is a blue state. Even in 2016, Hillary Clinton, she ran a very poor campaign there. She still won it. So Maine is a blue state, and it is 100% going to, well, at large, it'll go to Joe Biden. Obviously, the first congressional district will. The second is probably going to go to Trump. But at large, and remember, this is an at-large Senate race. Susan Collins needs the independent vote. She needs all the Republicans on board, and she needs a lot of Democrats. And remember, back in 2014, Joe Manchin endorsed her. He's a Democrat. Angus King, who is an independent, he caucuses with the Democrats. So she got a lot of Democratic support for being bipartisan. She got a lot of GOP support. She got a lot of independent support. She even won in a blue wave year 2008 by a huge margin against Tom Allen. So now she's facing by far the toughest bit of her career. And just look, she's won by landslides upon landslides. Landslide. This was like the only close race. It was her first election, but yeah, she is going to easily. This is easily the toughest matchup she's ever faced, and I want to clear something out of the way. I don't want to see people saying, okay, this is what bothers me the most. I don't want to see people saying that the Republicans are going to hold Montana and hold Maine. And the common talking point for Montana is, oh, well, it's a presidential election year, and there aren't going to be enough non-down ballot voters to flip the state to the Democratic Party. Well, that is literally the same logic you could be using for Maine. Maine is a down ballot state. We do not see typically Maine doesn't elect GOP governors. I know that they did have one a few years ago, but you know that's not that was kind of an anomaly. Susan Collins is the only GOP senator from Maine in recent memory. So Maine is a blue state. Montana, it's a red state at the presidential level, but they have a Democrat governor, they have a Democrat senator, and they could very well elect a Democratic congressman to the U.S. House of Representatives this year. So that's the whole presidential election year logic could be applied to Maine, and by that standard, Sara Gideon, she'd win this by 10 points. I don't think that's going to happen because I don't use that logic for Montana, so I'm not going to use that logic for Maine. Now, it sure does come into play because Montana and Maine are very different states politically, and I could use it, but I'm going to choose not to, and I'm going to try to use other data points. So first, let's look at the polling. There was a poll that came in today that had Gideon ahead by 5, and pretty consistently we've had Gideon ahead by 5-4. Now there was a poll that came out here, but it was only 600 registered voters, sample size, 8 ahead. Betsy Sweet was Gideon's primary challenger. Gideon won easily. Gideon. And then back in 2019, September of 2019, let's see, 2019, Susan Collins was still fairly popular back then. Or not as unpopular as she is now. So, yeah. Let's also talk about the 2018 Senate race there in a midterm year. And midterms do generally produce less down ballot voting, but still, it's not really a big difference. And Angus King, who is basically a Democrat, he's an independent, but he caucuses with the Democrats. He voted not to, he voted against Kavanaugh. He voted to impeach Trump, so he's definitely a Democrat. He even had a Democrat take away votes from him, and he still won by a huge margin. So, yeah. That will be kind of the template I'm going to use, and you add like 10%. That's a landslide victory for King. So yeah, Collins in 2018, Maine voted very blue. And do you remember that Maine, they flipped 2018 Maine governor election? Remember that Maine, they elected Janet Mills as their governor, flipping that governor seat. Paul LePage, he was the former governor. He wasn't too popular. He wasn't unpopular, but he wasn't crazy popular, I guess. So, anyways, yeah, they flipped that governor's race, and it'll be very, very, very interesting to see who wins in 2022. But we're talking about the Senate race now. In the midterms, we're not going to the Democrats. They also flipped the 2nd district, which is that's interesting. So, yeah, the bottom line is that the midterms were not good news for the Democratic Party, or for the Republican Party. So, yeah, Susan Collins had on a horrible downward trend. Plus, she's not going to be, she does actually, she has voted with the Democrats sometimes, not a ton, but she has voted with the Democrats sometimes. And, she is not going to receive a ton of Democrat support. Maybe she'll get 5% of the Democratic vote, if that. But that's going to hurt her kind of with the Republican Party, because the Democrats think she's too conservative. The Republicans think she's too liberal, because she is kind of a moderate, liberal type Republican. So, yeah, she's not going to have high GOP turnout for her. Sure, they're probably going to go over Gideon, but we're not really gonna see high turnout for Collins. In independents, she's negative 10 net with independents, so that is not good at all for her. Whereas Gideon, she's younger, she's probably gonna get the youth vote. Well, she definitely is, and she is kind of unknown, so people are gonna be a lot more willing to give her a chance over Susan Collins. So, yeah, the polling has Gideon ahead. And I just think that, I don't see Collins winning re-election at this point in time. I'll try to see what JHQ forecast says. Senate forecast. Okay. Oh, okay, wow. The Democrats were at like 56% yesterday. A lot just got changed. Stuff changed. Okay. So, right, so Maine gives Gideon a 64% chance of winning this race. That is let's see. So Collins was actually, I believe, the favorite. She wasn't. Okay. Win Maine vote share. So yeah, it'll be very close, but I don't think that Gideon's gonna or that Collins is gonna win. So thanks for watching this video. This was fairly short. Bottom line, Collins is not gonna have, the polling is bad for her. In 2018, the Democrats did very, very well here. And, Maine is a down ballot state, and that's going to hurt Susan Collins. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.